A warm welcome to all the students. Today we are going to study about subject history, topic India during the Maurya period. Chapter 7, India during the Maurya period. Yes, dear children, we will study about the Greek emperor Alexander's invasion. Alexander, the Greek emperor, he had invaded India's northwestern frontier in 326 BCE, crossing the Indus River. He reached Takshila, and then on the way, he met with forceful opposition from the local Indian kings. He defeated them all and successfully reached the Punjab. However, in this invasion, his army they had to suffer severe hardships. The soldiers they were eager to go back home. They rebelled against Alexander and he was forced to turn back. They were all called satraps. And then they returned their journey, but they died on the way back in 323 BC at Babylon. Today, Babylon is in Iraq. Next, dear children, about the Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya founded the Maurya Empire. People were tired of the tyrannical rule of the Nanda king of Magadha. Chandragupta Maurya brought it to an end and established his own rule in Magadha around 325 BC. He won Avanti and Saurashtra and began to extend the boundaries of his empire. After Alexander's death, a struggle for power began among the satraps which they had appointed. I just told you, dear, who were the satraps? Yes, they were appointed Greek officers to administer the conquered territories. Yes, I just told you in the previous slide. Next, let us study about this invasion of the Seleucus Nicator. When Chandragupta Maurya he had founded in the Maurya Empire, when as I told you that people were tired. So during this time, this Seleucus Nicator he was Alexander's general. He became the king of Babylon after the Alexander's death. He invaded the northwest frontier region of India and Punjab. Okay, so these two places of India and Punjab, he had invaded. Chandragupta Maurya then successfully resisted his aggression. The defeat of the Seleucus Nicator led to the inclusion of the northwest region of Kabul, Kandahar, and Herat in the Maurya Empire. Now let us study about this Emperor Ashoka. Students, after Chandragupta renounced the throne, he was succeeded by his son. His son's name was Bindusara. And after Bindusara's death, his son Ashoka succeeded to the throne in 273 BC. His book also, Indica, it is an important source for the study of India during the Maurya period. Ashoka had appointed the governor at Takshila and Ujjain before he came to the throne. As the governor, he had successfully crushed the revolt at Takshila. Now we can see this which places they had invaded. Okay, all this frontier region of India and Punjab, as we can see in the slide here. Yes, all this, all from Punjab here. Then next there was Kalinga War. Ashoka was deeply moved by the bloodshed of the Kalinga War. He decided never to wage a war again. He came to believe that truth, non-violence, compassion, and forgiveness. They were the important values. In these inscriptions, he is also referred to the beloved of the gods and he who looks on with the affection. An inscription of Emperor Ashoka at Delhi Topra shows that he has put strict restrictions on the huntings of bats, monkeys, rhinoceros, and on setting fire to forest. Now, let us study about the art and architecture. Yes, we can see over here in this slide also. Yes, see, this is an Ashokan pillar. This is Sanchi Stupa. This is King Ashoka's carving. So, about the art and architecture, during this period of Emperor Ashoka, the art of rock cut sculptures, they was promoted. The pillars they erected by Ashoka, they are the excellent specimens of Indian sculpture. They are excellent carvings of animals like the lion, elephant, and bull on these pillars. The chakra or wheel on the Ashoka pillar at Sarnath, it has a place of honor on the Indian national flag. Yes, dear children, this was all about the India during the Maurya period. I will explain in detail more in the class. Thank you, students.